Time now for sport and updates from the ongoing India versus Australia third ODI match taking place at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are solid in the middle as India cruise in their chase of 237 against Australia in the final ODI. Rohit Sharma has smashed a superb half-century. Indian skipper Shubman Gill was dismissed for 24 by Josh Hazlewood. Earlier, Harshit Rana repaid the massive trust shown by India head coach Gautam Gambhir. The right-arm pacer returned with impressive figures of 4 for 39 as India bundled out Australia for 236. The hosts were cruising at 183 for 3 at one stage, but a disciplined and collective bowling effort helped India stage a remarkable comeback. And my colleague Deepika Mehta is joining me live on what's happening in India versus Australia third ODI. Hi Deepika, as you and I are talking, it's 145 for 1. It's third ODI. Although India have lost the series, but all's well if ends well. If they will be able to clinch this one, how good would be this encounter as a morale booster for the entire Men in Blue?
This indeed is a match that Team India is playing for pride, that's all. And especially what makes it even more special is that Kohli is hitting finally in the third ODI. What we saw in the previous two ODIs, not only we witnessed India's defeat, but how Kohli went back. But that was really disheartening. But today many of the fans, after what gesture he gave in the second ODI, many of the fans were expecting that this is going to be his last ODI. But the way he is hitting right now, the way he is marching towards his 75th 50. We saw another 50 from Rohit Sharma today, which is his 60th 50 today in the ODI series that he scored. Virat Kohli is performing today to much of the fans' delight, because we can see a sea of blue today who are supporting Virat Kohli just to see him play at Sydney Cricket Ground, because another opportunity that would come when both Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma would be witnessed playing against Australia in an ODI format at the SCG would be somewhere in the 2027 Cricket World Cup. And ahead of this comes as a perfect opportunity. And we also saw the fact that how Virat Kohli was really delighted when he scored the first run, and till now he's unstoppable. Let's see if he can hit a 50.
Definitely, Deepika, you know, there's a reason why we call him the run machine, and the spark is still there in Virat Kohli. We can say that, and with Roko spilling the magic on the field, we can certainly say that this one is our encounter and we are clinching this one, you know, Men in Blue. But how do you analyze the overall strategy of Team India when it comes to the previous two ODIs as well and this one? What is different this time around?
I think this is more about the balance between the units, the bowling and the batting unit. The change that was made today, inclusion of Kuldeep Yadav, was very much required in the initial ODIs as well, which was the first and the second one. When we are not having the key bowlers here in the squad, it becomes really important to have at least a replacement for that. Not including Kuldeep Yadav, that really was not a good decision by the coach there and was being criticized by many of the fans. Today we saw the change. Today we saw that how Prasidh Krishna also came in, that was also being criticized, but also at the same time Kuldeep Yadav also became a part of the squad, and we saw the change. However, today who starred in the bowlers was Harshit Rana, taking 4 today, and this also shows a very promising side of Harshit Rana and how he can be the player for the ODI formats, because he said before the match as well that he loved all the formats, but ODI is very special to him, and we saw his performance today, taking 4 crucial wickets in today's clash, and how disciplined India's bowling encounter was against Australia. This was somewhere missing in the initial ODIs. And also we have to remember the fact that after this, India is going to face Team Australia in the T20 formats, and Australia is a very mighty side, not only in men's cricket but in women's cricket as well. So we have to be very disciplined in both the units, which is the bowling and batting. The difference was seen today. Hopefully we will take the learnings from there, because today India is only playing for pride. If India wins, good for them, but not the result that India would be expecting. However, a clean sweep by Australia is also unexpected, because if that happens, that would happen after 41 years. That India don't want that record to be created. So let's see how Team India is going to perform today, keeping in mind that next they have the target in hand is to face Australia once again, but in the T20 format this time, Siddharth.
Definitely, but the way they are playing, Deepika, it certainly seems like they'll be ending the encounter in what, 32nd or 33rd over. Let's forget about if they lose today, because that's not the question really, the way they are playing. But you mentioned T20 format, Deepika. Let's little bit talk about that. When it comes to T20 format, Team India is really doing well, and with the youngsters coming in, you have the partnership of Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill, the much famed partnership. We saw that against Pakistan as well. So how do you analyze Team India in T20 format? Because they are fearless now, and this is something which we always wanted. This is something Team India always wanted, and T20 format is all about that.
You are very much right when we talk about this in T20's light. But here what we can see is that Team India is currently in a transitional phase. Today when we look at ODI format as well, we were really missing the duo of Roko. And when we talk about T20 performance, you talked about the opening partnership, how fiery and fiery India has been off late as well in the T20 format. India needs to keep up that momentum, because that is very much important when we talk about ODIs, when we talk about T20s, and especially again playing against a team like Australia. That becomes very important, because every match is a different match, every pitch is a different pitch. Also in this ODI format, Team India had this problem that they had to play in different pitches, and in T20 formats also, when you face such sort of a situation, you have to channelize your energies, channelize your planning according to the situations as well, the changing weather conditions, the changing pitch conditions, and the changing scenarios of the team lineup as well, where your bowling and batting, both lineups have to be equally great. So here, looking at team space, T20 looks good, but again, India cannot afford to become complacent at all, Siddharth.
All right, Deepika, we leave it there. Thank you so much.